And when you told me everything was gonna be alright, and every time I look up to the sky and I know I can fly, fly, I owe it to you, owe it to you. Keep on rising, keep on rising, never let go. Keep on rising, never let go. Keep on rising, never let go. Keep on rising, never. It's a long road. It was never gonna be always funny, but as long as we got each other, somehow I know it's gonna be. Oh, every time I look up in the sky and I know I can fly, I already know I'll wait to you, I'll wait to you. Keep on rising, never let go. 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 Keep on rising, never let you go. Keep on rising, never let go. Keep on rising, never let go. You gotta keep on rising. Never let go. Keep on rising. Never let me go. Keep on rising. Never keep on rising. Keep on rising. Never. Owe it to you. Owe it to you. Owe it to you. Owe it to you.
1 2 1 2. Hi there. How you doing? My dear people, how are you? Welcome to Club Shada with me, your boy, Mr. Shada. I just received this from my brand, Shada Wear. So I also do some black masks, and I think it's beautiful. So I was like, let me show them. You can order them. They come 3x3 on shadawear.com. How are you feeling? I want to know how's everybody's feeling with how the world is today. I didn't know how to title this episode because I've been trying to start this live for a long time. It's been like since Wednesday that I wanted to go live. I still don't know what time I want to come because I understand that some of you are in North America, some of you are in Africa, some of you are some of you are in Europe, and some of you are in my time zone. It's 3 p.m. right now, and others it's super early. Some have to go to work. But I'm trying to find. I'm testing to see what are the best time zones to come and say hi to you guys and have conversations. So before we continue, I would appreciate it if everybody put a like on this video. And those who are not subscribed yet, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that next time that I'm live, you are notified and you can come if you feel like it. I want to say a big shout out to our new subscribers, Youssef, Serena, John, and Soraya. It's the month of June. We have a new goal of 1,000 new subscribers on the channel. So it's June 5. We're already at 252. So we are 25% of that goal. If we reach the goal before the end of the month, we will of course jump to 1,005. And if we can jump to 2,000 and have 2,000 new subscribers, that would be amazing. My sweatshirt is, of course, available on shadawear.com. I want to say hello to Marie. Hello there. How are you? I want to say hello to... Forgot that. Yeah, I like this one. Maria, tudo bem? Tudo bem pra ti? Ah, que giro. É isso mesmo. Hello, Miss Nzu. Yeah, exactly. Gla. Nice. It's a song I did that came out yesterday that is called Keep On Rising, and indeed it's I'm a piano. I love this genre, and I've been playing in this one. Queen Juju. Hello. How are you? I hope you're fine. Emmanuel, I hope you're fine. Hello Rita, comment ça va? Moi ça va. What up AJ? You got some work? So good. So 3 p.m. is not good for you, huh? I'm seeing, I think 3 p.m. is a good time for me. I don't know what time it is where you are. What I like about 3 p.m. or maybe 4 p.m. is that it's 2 hours and a half before my daughter comes out of school. So I know that the house is calm and I don't end up sleeping at 4 a.m. So that's one of the reasons. It doesn't mean that I won't do lives at night anymore. But I want to try to do those lives at this time and see if everybody can be around, and if not, I mean, the replay is always here, but I know it's better when we are live. So we'll see what is we'll see what are the best, and I can do one at night. I can do one at night on weekends, for example, and one and one at the one early. Like we'll see. Testing. I'm trying to find something that's also balanced for me because I've been struggling between doing the lives and also producing tracks every week for my weekly releases, and also working on the album. I didn't have time to do nothing of that, plus life, plus businesses, plus other things that I do. So continent. Let me ask my wife to open the door. Amar, faz favor, vai abrir a porta para continente, tu na live.
Ok, tá.
Obrigado. Sorry, the water and our food supplies are here. Isasha, hello. How are you? How are you feeling? I hope you're feeling well. It's 10 a.m. That's what I thought. Like, let me go open that door. Before. Okay. Okay. I was saying. Hello. Yeah, so yeah, I'm happy that you are in the live too, because we keep missing each other. I hope you're great. I hope your photo shoot yesterday went well. I'm not hearing myself so well. I hope you hear myself. I hope you're hearing me good. What up, Eve? How are you? So yeah, like I was saying, I came here without a real goal other than to spend some time with you guys. I had hey, Miss Onyx, I don't feel away anymore. It's not that I don't feel away anymore, but I felt away for a long time, and it's very interesting. The things I had to say. That's true. I will do some inspire. You know what? I might do it today, live, and then I'll cut it and turn it into an inspire. Sorry for the noise. The food's arriving. I see 20 people right now, and I only see 7 likes. You guys go put a like on that video. Oh, just arrived work just arrived home after work. Where? What time is it for you? Where do you work? Yeah, you guys tell me about yourselves. Julie, how was your photo shoot? Oh, what up, my brother? I hope you're fine. Yeah, I tried to call you this morning, and I saw that you tried to call me back, but I went back to sleep after my walk. Do I? I'm not. I just woke up. I mean, I just took a nap. That might be why, but I'm good. I'm actually good. So yeah, you know, I had with working from home is boring. I've been working from home for the last 10 weeks. I mean, my work is not boring, but I mean, it's been fine for me. I have so many different things that I do and that I can do from home, that creation, protection, investments, what else? Monetizations of assets, and analysis, consulting. I've been doing so many things that yeah, it's I guess it's a different it's hard for me to be bored. For me to be bored, I need to be in a plane, and I've seen 3 movies already, and I'm like, just like you know. Hey, Brussels. I miss Brussels. Haven't been in Brussels for a long time. I don't miss Paris. strangely. Maybe because I lived there 32 years. But yeah, you know, I don't know. There's two countries that made me, how can I say? There's two countries that I don't feel like going. Like, I will go because I have friends, I have families, I got people that I want to see. I want to do some shopping in some of them, whatever. But the U.S. and France, like, what I see on the TV don't give me any. Yeah. I want everybody to congratulate Mr. Grimm, who produced the latest track, Keep on Rising, and you did a great job. I modified a few things in the beat, but 80% of the beat was made by Mr. Grimm on the beat, and we've been working together for a long time. I've been assigning him to a lot of work for artists that I work with, and yeah, we finally did a track together where I'm singing, and it's great. So, you know, it's yeah, it's great. What up, Moto Music? How are you? Yeah, it killed. And for those who don't know, and I will put the link. Hey, Mr. Milton Cruz, I loved your new. I loved your new your last vlogs. They were cool. They were cool to see. And very good news. I produced. I could not talk about it because it was. Oh, thank you, Mr. Klein. I'm glad that I inspire you. Thank you for your contribution to Club Shada. You know, what was I saying? I could not talk about it because I was on under contract, and I could not say about this business. But yesterday night, the whole album came of a Kenyan group called Sauti Sol, and I produced a track that let me go on YouTube and find it. Sauti Sol. So they just released their whole album called Midnight Train yesterday at midnight, and after this, yeah. And look at that. There's a track called My Everything, and this track is produced by none other than Mr. Shada himself. And yeah, produced that track, and I had the beautiful surprise. I mean, I knew, but I didn't know when I was producing the track. Actually, I was having a conversation with Bien-Aimé and Polika, two of the members of the group, the main singers of the group. And yeah, you know, I was like, yo, I want to invite you guys in my album, and you know, in exchange, I can do a beat for you. And they were like, oh, we would love to have a beat from you. And so I told them, like, listen, give me half an hour. I cooked that beat, and I cannot play it because of copyright, of course. And I cooked that beat for them, so I'll leave the link for you to listen later. So I yeah, I produced that beat half an hour, sent it to them, plus another one for my album, and of course they loved it. The name of the beat is Kenya, and then they did that song My Everything. And what is amazing is it's featuring the one and only amazing artist, legend Injairi. And wow, I think this is the first time there's an American superstar that sings on a kizomba beat, and it's made by me. So this is an honor for me to have a track like that made by me. So I'm super proud. Like and the song is amazing. Like she killed it. Like so the story is that they just signed to Universal and in South Africa probably. And so they had that beat, and apparently when India Ari heard the beat, she was like, I want to sing on this, and she sang like straight away. Like the next day she had her vocals done because she was inspired. And as a beat maker, that's the best thing that can happen to you, because your music, your instrumentals. Like I don't have career as a singer, but beat making is really my thing, way more than singing and rapping. If you know my story, I never wanted to sing or be a performer and be in front of the scene. I always wanted to be behind the scenes, and just destiny decided otherwise. But yeah, it's as a beat maker, that's an honor that you have people of that caliber who are performing on your beats, and it can only open doors for more of their friends asking, hey, who's that? And then opening more doors for more beats like that, and our African music to penetrate more their market. Because there's two ways to penetrate the market. You can either, as an artist, try to get in the market, but usually the market is a little closed, and you need to invest a lot of money to be able to enter the radios and have promo plans and PR, etc. Or you can make beats for them, and because you make beats for them, if you make a beat for, like, I'm not gonna say that he single-handedly made Afro beats comestible for Americans. But there's no doubt that when Drake did One Dance, this opened the market for a lot of people and opened the minds of a lot of Americans, because we were already doing our thing in our place, right? But the fact that he made that song changed everything. It completely changed everything. You see what I mean? So, it's and those are power moves. Those are strategic moves, because the answer of those actions are not necessarily now. They usually are in a few months, and we are in a special time in the world that I want to talk about, but I don't want to talk about like I wanted to talk about. I'm just happy that this track is finally out. So it's I hope you guys hear it and like it. Me too. The US, I don't want to go there anymore. I miss Kinshasa and Lubumbashi. I miss Lubumbashi. I've been in Kinshasa. I mean, it's been some time. Like, I miss my parents. I miss my son. My son went to Angola before the start of the crisis. Yeah, but I miss Lubumbashi. It's been a long time, and I would love to discover more spend more time in some cities of my country, and some new cities in Africa. Like we talk about Africa so much, we represent Africa so much, and then we spend our time in Europe, and we spend our holidays in Thailand or in Miami or in Venice, and we don't bring our money home. And yeah, it's at a point we should also start, putting our money where our mind is, or where our heart is, or where our mouth is. Fortunately, I work at the federal office in Bavaria. Ooh, that's Germany. Hey, ich liebe dich. You and Sotisol were made for each other since that Secret Petro song 4 years ago. Bro, thanks. That's, yeah, I think the way, and the thing is this, the way Swahili sounds on Kizomba is pure amazing. And I was talking about power moves, thinking about the money side of things, that this can open. As a producer, it can open doors for me to produce for other people in America. But talking about power moves in Africa, these can also generate interesting things in Africa too, because there's a lot of Kenyan groups, there's a lot of Zimbabwean groups, there's a lot of people from there's a lot of people from around the world that I can produce for. And as I always say, I get tired quickly. I get bored about the markets for a lot of reasons, because most of the time the lack of vision of people around me is actually that's what I want to talk about. The lack of vision of people make you realize a lot that you're kind of lonely in the markets. And my solution for this is making a bigger market for yourself, so you can find people, because sometimes the people that you need to work with and the people that you're looking for, they actually are far away. They might not be in your market. She is, listen, I don't know if you heard the song, but the way she entered that song was crazy. She just murdered the song. Like, the boys are amazing singers, but she just came in like, bah! Like, that was crazy. Bonjour, moi Guima, comment ça va? Hey, new subscriber, hello, Inen. You are a complete artist, beatmaker, producer, businessman, and your career in life is inspiring. Thank you, Juju. I really hope that I'm glad that you talk about inspiration, because I really feel that inspiring others is something that I appreciate. I appreciate the idea that other people are inspired by the things I do. I'm not, I know a lot of people that whatever hack for life they find, they don't want to share it with other people because they're scared that you're going to take their place and stuff. And this to me is the lack of vision. I'm the kind of person who I don't mind sharing. I don't mind even giving my place, because I'm not scared about life, and I know my position in the world, and I know what I have to do. So if I'm sitting in the chair and I know that there's gonna be somebody wants to sit here, because I know I'm a person that likes to move forward, I'm not gonna just be there and say, nah, you can't sit because that's my chair. No, I'm gonna be like, yeah, sit down. I have a next chair waiting for me in 10 kilometers. And that's how I am. That's always how I am. But I know a lot of people, they really have this, they really have this lack of a vision, and it stops them from doing the right thing, which is standing up and moving forward. They want to protect the position where they are, and they want to stay in their comfort zone. And the result is, after a few times, the people who wanted to sit in the chair where they are, they already moved to the next chair. And when they want to stand up to catch the people, the 20 years passed and nobody cares about where they are, and they don't even have any more energy to go forward where everybody is, because the world is moving forward sometimes. Oh, for sure, indeed. Listen, Afrobeats, I knew Afrobeats from London, not from Drake, but I believe that he's the king of music right now. And when he touches a genre, it gives it an exposure that is completely different, and then it makes it explode. Which goes for the things we were talking about how America has hijacked culture. Hello, Redune. I want to visit at least one city in every African country during my lifetime. We need more inter-African travel. We need more leaders who understand that tourism and the security that goes with it is an integral part of the growth. Oh, this is you early today. I know. Yeah, sometimes you have to change shit a bit. I'm testing new times so that I can do stuff after that. Yeah, that's true. She killed it. So I want to talk about I had a conversation with Moto this morning, or our long voice note conversation, and I was talking about you have to understand one thing. For the whole time I wanted to do this live to talk about something specific, and every time it was impossible to do it. Something came up every time, which made me realize that maybe I should just talk about something else. I believe in science, in life, and if you keep trying to do something and for whatever reason you cannot start your live or get your message across, it means that the message you want to get across, the public is not ready for it, and that maybe it needs to be a private conversation. And that's why I want to thank Miss Onyx, Motomoto, Danilo from Anormais, Bodhisattva, because the things I had in my chest, I could have it as a private conversation with them in the last 3 days. And it made me revise the way I was about to talk about it, because I was about to be frontal. And I decided that I didn't need to be frontal. Let me tell this guy something. So, Having a vision and being willing to challenge yourself to a new harder achievement is usually very rewarding. Even if you don't make it, you learn valuable things along the way. Exactly. And that's gonna be my inspire. That's gonna be my inspire from today. I want to talk to you about vision. The thing that used to frustrate me the most in my life was the lack of vision of people around me. I think that having vision and having an idea of who you are and how what you are doing in this world, it is something that I think you come with it or you don't. Some people are not able to see past their nose. Some people are not able to plan past the end of the week. And some people are able to plan 10 years ahead. And I think we just come wherever we come. And I don't know if you learn that to plan, if you learn how to execute for the long-term vision. All I know is that being self-centered and understanding who you are and where you are in the world and where you are in your business and what is your position in the chess game of life, and having the vision to understand what are going to be your next move to arrive to your destination. And I said your destination, not the destination your parents set for you, not the destination that a teacher or your friends set for you, not the destination that the people who are looking and pointing the fingers and saying that, yo, if you were there, we would respect you. Like, this is not the destination. This is people telling you how they see you, what they see you, etc., etc. Once you understand what is your destination in 1 year, in 5 years, in 10 years, then every move you do every day is serving that destination. And I'm a person that whenever I do something, or wherever I have an idea, or even if I start working with somebody and they are doing great, they go from 1 to 10 every day and they're super happy, something in my head will automatically say, yeah, but if we did this, this, and this, we would be at 50. So I will have a conversation with the person and tell them, you know that if you know that after 10 there's 11, and the way you work is amazing, but if you did this, this, and this, and we automate that, and we do this, that, instead of being at 10, we'll be at 50. And most of the time, I speak Chinese to these people. They don't understand a thing of what I'm saying. They're actually being super happy if one day they reach 12. And I'm not that kind of person. Call it ambition, call it drive, call it how you want. To me, if you reach 10 and you solidify 10 and you know how to get to 10 by not thinking, it's time to think about 20. And once you reach 20, it's time to reach 30. And so on and so on. And while you are at 100, it's time to teach your people how to reach 10. And so on. And how many times, and maybe it's my fault because I'm a type of guy who talks about, I talk about things usually in a very straightforward way, but I like to use metaphors all the time. So I would arrive to somebody and say, bro, Right now you're the boss, so you are at the top of the pyramid, but we are bringing bricks for you to solidify your pyramid. But at a point we will build our own pyramids. So at a point you need to become the chief of all the pyramids so that we can become the chief of our own pyramids. Because if not, we're gonna become competition, and so you have to go higher for us to go at your level. And like I told you before, I'm met with I want to be the bigger fish in the small pond, that kind of bullshit. And yeah, I realized that in a lot of the things that I do, Zouk music, Kizomba music, Congolese music, Afro house, DJs, producers, singers, labels, fashion, Instagram models, YouTube, IG battles. I used to usually end up being frustrated by the fact that every time I would give people the complete idea of what we are supposed to do to make the things amazing for the listeners, the public, and maximize everything. The joy that you give, the money that you receive for the joy. I always either receive pushback or even worse, I say, yo, let's go to 100. And around 33, or sometimes even worse, around 20, everybody's happy. And you're like, yo, the guys, let's go. And you're here chilling. And this lack of vision of the big picture, the people, they arrive to the first tree, they don't understand that if we turn right and we pass the lake, there's another 10 trees, and then we continue, then there's a mountain, we climb the mountain, and then on the top there's the goal. At the first tree, they're like, yo, amazing. They build a hammock and they're here chilling. And this frustrated me for so long that at a point, and the worst part is, if at the first goal there's 5 chairs and we are 5 and we sit there, everybody's going to be happy because they have a seat. But every generation produce, and every year produce new artists, newcomers in whatever business. It's not just about music. But every year there's some newcomers. So at a point there's going to be 3 new people coming, and they arrive at the first goal and they see us in the 5 chairs. And they're like, yo, so where we sit? And everybody's sitting and they're like, I don't know, good luck. What happens is that competition starts, and now there's not enough chairs for other people. And usually I'm the only person who will say to the person on my right who trusts me, listen, let's give this chair to these people and let them eat, let them have fun, because I know that if we walk another 10 kilometers, there's 10 chairs like there. So we start walking, and usually the 3 others, they start hating, or they start being like, yeah, whatever. And when we arrive in the next position, there's 10 chairs. So now it's just me and other people being there in occupying 2 or 3 chairs, and sometimes we can have 2 chairs each. And and usually I'm the type of guy who will call people, hey guys, come this way, we find the rest of the chairs. And now the 3 people who are the lazy people, or the people with no vision, they will come running And even worse, some of them, they start plotting with other people to find a way to steal your chairs. And me, I'm already thinking about the next 10 kilometers with the 20 chairs. But them, they are thinking about how they can keep the chairs. And this is a complete difference of mentality. And this mentality is what makes me leave markets altogether sometimes, or projects, because I'm the type of person who doesn't want to be frustrated anymore, because I also understood that a lot of the frustration that I had in life are my fault, because I was not able to understand that life is not a mirror. Life is not because you are a great person, faithful, or you have loyalty, it means that people will be loyal. And it's not because you have vision that people will have vision in return. Once you understand that, thanks a lot, Matt. Once you understand that, it changes your perspective on things. Your goal in life is to make sure that everything you can execute by yourself, you execute it. I sat down with Basil, an amazing self-made millionaires that I know. I actually have a vlog coming in a few days where I'm in his house in Marbella. And a few years ago, he was here in Portugal visiting. And he told me, okay, because I was explaining to him why I left Paris. I was talking about the frustration, about how people don't understand, people don't follow, how can you be a leader if nobody follows you, etc., etc. And he told me, okay, in reality, in the mountain that is life, if you want to take everybody on your back, you will actually never be able to climb the mountain. What you have to do in life is climb the mountain by yourself, and you put some flags and you write some stuff to tell people, hey, be careful, there's a hole here, this way is easier than that way, come here but not at night, there's wolf, etc., etc. And then you can maybe leave tools for those who will come after you, but your goal in life is not to do the work for other people. They have to take their own initiative, and they have to assume their own responsibilities of their own climbing of life. And this enlightened me, because I really used to always think that I had to take everybody on my back. And that conversation changed, first of all, remove a lot of frustration from my life, because I always felt that I owe it to people for them to, and anybody I would sign on my label, I owe it to them that they succeed. But a lot of them would just go on my back and just wait on my back for me to do all the work, and they would be like, oh, I'm signed to Sushi Raw, so I'm good. Nah, you signed to Sushi Raw, but you still have to do the work. You still have to do the songs. Once you do the song, you have to do the interviews. You have to be a great person. You have to not burn bridges. You have to, when you do a show, you have to talk to your fans and make sure your fans start loving you. You have to build your own community around you. It's not just, okay, I'm gonna piggyback on Kaysha's community. No, it doesn't work like that. People like Jay-Z or R. Kelly produced groups, and those groups never achieve success. It's not just a question of money. It's not just a question of doing the things and signing somewhere. You have to put the work. You have to have the charisma. There's so many things that come with it, and a lot of people just believe that because they work with you, they're gonna succeed. And when they don't succeed, then they hate you for the promises that you never made. And my mistake when I was younger. Oh, and CK, my brother, thank you. I have a remix for you. There's a remix in the remix folder. You have to remix. That's when I realized that, when you think about it, a lot of people, because they have no vision, they walk around with people who have vision, and that's normal. That's if you don't have vision, you can follow blindly somebody. It's okay. Thanks, cousin. Thanks, Joel. I hope you're fine. Much love to you, your wife, your brothers, and uncle. A lot of people, they just believe that because they walk with you, they're good. They don't need to work. And they even become cockier than you because they walk with you. But actually, this is not how life works. You really have to understand what is your dream, what is your goal, and as a person who is the leader. It took me a lot of time to accept and assume the leadership. It took me a lot of time. But as a leader, it is super, 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 super important that you also assume the fact that some of the soldiers who are walking with you will not succeed, and it's not your fault. As long as you do everything right and you give them all the tricks, you tell them where are the holes, where are the... It's horrible. I'm looking for the word, but it comes in Portuguese in my head. Armadilha, or in French, piège. But in English, it doesn't come. The problems of people who speak 7 languages, that's the problem we have. And I'll say the hole. And you tell people how, where. When you give people the map and you tell people, listen, follow me, or just use that road that I built already, it is not your responsibility if the people lose themselves in the way. Oh, hey, thanks, Milton Cruz. I never saw that I never saw the... I was shocked at the GIF. That was cool. It is not your fault if the people decide to not follow the rules. It is not your fault, and it's not your responsibility. And it took a toll on me in 2010. To me, everything was my fault, everything was my responsibility, and any failure of anybody would be like a burden for me. And that's why I left everything at a point. I was like, you know what? And of course, like, then you have a lot of people who are blaming you for everything. And yeah, I came to Portugal depressed, and I look at everything I did in the last 10 years, from 2000 till 2010, 12. And I realized that a lot of the things that didn't happen was these people's fault. Of course, like I said before, the public is the guardian of the culture. So most of the time, the people who decide who wins and who loses is you guys. Those who buy, those who purchase the product, or go listen to the streams, or go play the YouTube videos, right? This place would be me alone talking to my camera if you guys were not here. So it's an ecosystem, right? But at the same time, if I come here and people tell me that, yo, to give you an example, simple example, if I turn on the light, it's not the same thing, right? And if somebody tells you there's a light here, put it on and you will look better, and the first thing you do is this because I don't need a light, well, fuck you, nigga. It's nothing, like, it's not my fault. But I used to be the guy who would run and go and tell you, no, the light. Like I would go from position 100, go back to position 10 to switch on the light. And the people would tell me, yeah, who you think you are to try to force me to do this? And that would frustrate me. And today I realized, like, after having conversation with mentors, I realized that, when you want to mentor somebody, you don't take them by the hand. I've been mentoring a lot of beat makers, a lot of artists, and I prefer mentoring than signing a contract because I don't believe in labels anymore. And my mentoring is just giving advice. It's not saying that I'm responsible for you, and I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm going to talk to you and tell you what I do, what you can do, what you should do, and I will tell you why you should do it, because I've been there, or because I have mastered the business side of these things. But I will not do it for you, and I will not care if you don't do the things the way you should, because ultimately this is your life and this is not my problem. And thinking this way changed my life, because the frustration is gone. The frustration is gone because I really believe that if you want to count till 200 with somebody, the first thing you're supposed to do is make sure that they can count till 200. And instead of taking people who can only count to 10 and be happy about your ego, because these people will say, yeah, you are the king, you are the best, oh, you're amazing. You have to realize that those people who give a lot of compliments because they want to go to 200 thanks to you instead of by their own hard-earned work and craftsmanship, you have to realize that these are the kind of people who will betray you. Actually, it's always the same people who betray you, or who betray your mentality, or who betray your work ethics. Because those people, they come for the 200. They don't come for the work. They don't come to appreciate the craft, to come every day and work. They come and they say, hey, because I walk with you, I'm at 200, right? Not really. Not really. Because if I put you on my hand and I raise my hand, you are not flying. You are on my head, because if I do this, you fall. Or if I remove my hand, poof, you don't have wings. If you want to go here by yourself, you have to learn how to fly, and you have to learn how to grow your wings. And most of the people who don't know how to count after 10 and they want to go to 200 anyway, they will attach themselves to people who can go by 200 and are stupid enough to put them in their back. And so all you can do with these people is teach them how to arrive to 20, and when they're at 20, We can talk about teaching you how to arrive to 30. You have to teach them how to arrive in a way that they arrive by themselves. And your operation here will be showing them how to move from base to base, how to consolidate where they are. A lot of people, and I really believe that when you start looking for people who are rare, but they think like you, and they know how to count to 200, you might arrive to 300 together. And you might even meet somebody who is at 600. And will look at you and will say, young man, young woman, congratulations on reaching 200. And wow, the last 10 years were, you did a lot of things. Here's the map till 400. Oh, and all of a sudden it makes sense to you directly because you have this mentality. And boom, you're on your way. Now you have, and never let the people who cannot reach more than 50 talk you down and talk about you or mock you because you're not at 50 anymore. Because they don't see you at 50, they think that you're back to 20. But sometimes they don't see you at 50 because you're too far away at 200. And I used to care about all these things. And ever since I stopped caring about all these things, my life changed. And I'm occupied, busy with the reach, the drive, the hard work, the creations of stuff. Hey, what up, Bruno? How are you? I have to not miss the live tomorrow. Artists should also realize that if they partner with the Ministry of Tourism and Arts, they can be a partnership and expose the country and in return the artists can receive investment. That is super true, man. I have an idea about that. Imagine if you go see the Ministry of Tourism. It's not my idea. So let me give one day, me, Mr. 200 or 300 or wherever I am, I sat down with somebody who was at 400. Lots of money, chilling, but he likes me. I was like, yo, young brother, what are your ideas for the future and stuff? And I was like, I want to go to Congo, sit down with the Ministry of Tourism and see if we can do something about, they fund me and a crew so I can come to Congo and shoot a video there, and they give me everything I need to go and do 2, 3, 4 movies, beautiful movies with those songs. And we would showcase the country in the way that Western media doesn't showcase our countries. We would show the beautiful parts of our country. We would show the beautiful people of our country, the luxuriant jungle, etc., etc. And it was like, that's a good idea, but what if you went and I could make a few phone calls and we talk to all the Ministry of Tourism of 10 different African countries, and we use your name so that instead of having the funding from one country, we receive the funding from 10 different countries. And then what you do is you go from country to country, and instead of just showcasing one country, you show a continent. And instead of having the money to fund 1 or 2 or 3 videos, you have the money to fund the videos for a whole album. and then you can shoot a little bit in Guinea Equatorial, a little bit in Senegal, a little bit in Kenya, a little bit in Congo, a little bit in Gabon, a little bit in Malawi, a little bit in Morocco, a little bit in Algeria, a little bit in South Africa, a little bit in Zimbabwe. And now, in the beginning of, and then I was like, oh, and in the beginning of every video, I would have a sign with the road that's the frontier of whatever country I'm entering. And then you release your whole album with 20 videos at once. That was me envisioning 400 and him mentoring me into from 200, my little idea, to 400, the bigger picture. And this conversation happened, I don't know, 2 years ago. I'm still learning from my own mentors, and every time I pass a level, I surround myself with people who are bigger than me, and who if I arrive to 200, I surround myself with people who are at 3 or 400. You see what I mean? This is how it's supposed to be. And that conversation made me, see what I mean? And Matt, can you imagine if with your artist, you could do something like that? Those are ideas that I'm giving because, yeah, share. And you can have these type of ideas where instead of, this is what a mentor does. It's gonna show you that your idea can blossom into not only a just flower, but a garden. And that was an amazing idea. And that person told me, listen, all you need to do is maybe write a file or something with all the information about what you need, and then we will make it follow to all the offices of tourism. And then you use the fact that you have a YouTube channel with X amount of people. Hello, Swelly. That you have a YouTube channel with X amount of people, that you have this, that, you know. Thanks, Matt. These type of things are what I call not only understanding your position in the world, having vision, and at the same time letting people who are further than you give you food for your thoughts. And then after that, it's your responsibility. They can open some doors, but they will not do the work for you. They will not write the dossier for you. They will not talk to the people for you, but they will open the doors for you to do it. And you see, those are the kind of things that I have in my mind, and because of the type of people that I walk with. I used to think that the people that cannot count after 20 that I used to walk with, I was tied to them, and I was, you don't want to see it like, you abandon people now that you're good, but it comes to a point when useless people have to be removed from your life and replaced one by one by people who, and be careful, when I say useless, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about people who are bringing something to your life. Somebody who is a shoulder you can count when you are feeling bad is not a useless people, even if that person doesn't bring you money. But there are a lot of people. Listen, I do different businesses other than music. I do deals with. And you have no idea the number of useless people that when you go in the wood business, scrap oil business, scrap metal business, oil, diamonds, it's even worse than the music industry. There's even more useless people. There's even more liars. There's even more people. Thank you, Matt. There's even more people who are just here to waste your time. It's even worse. There's even more people who pretend that they are at 2,000 when they are actually at 50, and they are trying to impress you. And sometimes you're like, what are you? And you know, when I enter these businesses, when I'm in a diamond deal, or if I'm in a business deal in the fashion industry for my wife, or businesses for other people, or if I work on a contract for a beat maker that asks me to help him out on whatever he's dealing, the fact that I'm super cold and I'm never excited about what the people tell me, they feel away. They're like, so you're not like, yo, you know, you can make $100,000. I'm like, yeah, listen, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't know you, so I don't trust you. Yeah, but listen, I don't know you, so. And why am I like this? Because the music industry taught me to become like this. Because you guys have no idea that the worst part of the music industry is not a lot of artists being dumb, which is true. A lot of artists having no vision, this is true. A lot of producers having no vision. But it's a lot of people who have no idea what they're talking about. They are the ones that talk the most. There's a lot of people who they want to attach themselves to people who are at 10 or 20. They are there. There's a lot of these type of animals, hyenas. Whenever you arrive somewhere, you are 10, you're on your way to 100, they come and they start talking to your ears every day. And they distract you from the vision because they don't want you to reach 100. They want to profit for the 10 that you have. And once they took all the 10 that you have, they go to the next one. In French, we say morpion. And the good thing about me entering, when I talk to politicians, when I talk to businessmen, when I talk to people from old ways of life, they are usually impressed by my lack of being excited by whatever's, and they sometimes they don't understand, and they're usually impressed by the fact that, you know, they're like, oh, for an artist. I'm like, you know, art is a business, and art is art, but the act of selling art is a business. That's my business. And selling a song or selling a show is the same thing as selling a diamond. It's the same thing. Negotiation, contracts, 50%, whatever, sell or not sell. So once you did 2,000 shows and you've been through all the ups and downs of this, you are ready for any business, actually, because it's like everything. It's understanding what you're doing, understanding what is your goal, understanding what is the negotiation, understanding where you can get fucked, not getting fucked, make money. Hey, Tina, your vision, your destination. Yes, Joel. Thanks, NCK. Hey Jennifer, how's everything in Bénin? Avec plaisir. Yes, focus on one direction even if the directions require you to do different movement. And you know, if you focus, I wouldn't say focus on one direction, I would say focus on where you want to go. Because you might change direction in the way because you have to avoid a mountain, or you have to avoid a lake, or you have to avoid a river or any obstacle. As long as you keep your mind and your idea of where you are going, because if you know you're supposed to go there, but at a point you need to go like this, then you have to be able to go there again. And so as long as you keep your eyes on where you are going on the long term, you can improvise every day and you can do checkpoints every month. I've listened to the You song. Il y a de quoi dormir la chanson all night. Yay! Somebody's gonna make love. Sul Criol, boa tarde, tudo bem? Obrigado pelas promoções dos battles. Thanks, Matt. So I agree with you. I listen to you. Listening to your vision is important. You are speaking the truth, intelligence, and honesty. Great men do that. I love the vibe here. It's fascinating. Thanks. I'm glad that you like the vibe. This is the vibe of the Shada gang. We the gang of positive energy. That you can't take everybody on your back. Yeah, you can't. You can't. Your back will break. The depth of the conversation today. True life lessons. Yeah, brother. Indeed. I am trap. Trap. It's funny that when you speak one language every day at home and another one with your friends, you end up messing yourself with everything. That's crazy. Thanks a lot for sharing your advice, your vision, your intelligence, and your honesty, because it's important to be guided in life. You're a good man. Thank you, Jennifer. That's what I do. I believe that once you reach your dreams and you are getting ready for your next dreams, so let's say I'm at 300 now, or 500 or 1,000, whatever, and now I'm looking at 2,000. If I'm looking at 2,000, yeah, I'm gonna show people how to arrive to the next. You know, I've been a little frustrated the last 3 days about everything that's going on in the world. Because yeah, you know, I hate what is happening to people in America, and the whole system of this country has to change. But what was frustrating me was not that. What was frustrating me was that the rest of the time, all of us are not united, and we didn't learn to be one unit because we are too busy competing with each other. And when I see everything that's happening right now, all the protesting, everything, at the same time, I'm like, it's normal. But at the same time, it feels like I still have in my heart a feeling of Yeah, but what about us in Africa? Like, how we are not able to do this ourselves, how we are not able to create that energy as a continent and do what I'm doing, which is showing the people the ropes, so that even if it's everybody's doing their thing, when we need to come together, everybody has the weapons and everybody has the mind weapon, the tools. Because it is not interesting to be alone at 1,000. It is not interesting at a point for all of us to. It's not interesting to be alone at 1,000. If you're alone at 1,000, you cannot build with anybody. And a lot of us are happy to be at 1,000 and to leave everybody at 10. And they're happy to leave everybody at 10 because they're scared that somebody will come and take their chair. And it comes to a point where what you have to learn to do is understand that when you are at 1,000, if there's another 10 people who you know are good people and they also have 1,000, if you are 10 people at 1,000, it means 10,000. If you are worth 10,000, you can do way more together than all by yourself. And if you are alone with your 1,000 and everybody else is at 10, when you want to do something together, then you are at 1,090. And this is a point of view, and this is a way to think. Other cultures have this way of thinking. Everybody has theirs, but what has made me a little frustrated with what's been going on right now is that I've seen all of us rise up for the American blacks, but I don't see each other doing the same thing for the African. When there's something that happens in Africa, a bomb that explodes, something, then it's like, oh, poor them, poor Nigerians, or poor Beninois, or poor. But we don't come together like they come together. And the worst part is we all follow them and we all come together with them. And the question is not the competition of the suffering. The question is how America, and even in a way, in their suffering, they are privileged. And understand what I'm saying. In their suffering, they are privileged that they're in a country that control the world media. They're in a country that control all the social networks outside of China. They are in a country that control the media because the CNNs and the MSNBCs and all the YouTubes and all the things that you see around the world are controlled by Americans. So when Black Americans suffer, all of us who grew up listening to American music and all of us who are called world music and not R&B or hip hop, whatever, we view them as superior in a way. And I'm happy that I didn't go live 3 days ago, because I would have been more angry in the way, and I would have not explained myself well, because I come from love. I come from elevation of minds. I don't come from why them and not us. But we have millions of people who die every year in Central Africa, in Sudan, in all of our countries. And nobody stops the internet to put black tweeters, black photos, and decide to stop the internet for them. We got millions of women raped in Congo every year, and nobody stops the internet for them. And it makes me sad, and it makes me feel some type of way, because I don't want to ruin the party, and I don't want to be seen as somebody who comes and talk about something else when everybody decide that we have to talk about one subject. But sometimes I want to tell to the same everybody's that you guys want the whole world to only talk about your subject. Our subject is not a new subject. You are part of our subject because you have been looted from Africa. You part of the persons who've been taken from the motherland. You've been taken and been there. You suffering there. But those same people who used to colonize us, they still have our art in their museums. They still have all their companies in our soil, who are still deciding what is the price of our agriculture, what is the price of our minerals, are still funding all the wars for us to kill each other and then sell them the coltan. And then, because they are part of a country that control the media of the world, one of their dead is worth more than 1 million of ours. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it is time for us to all arrive to 1,000. All of us, Kenyans, Nigerians, America, Congolese, etc. So that when we have something to say, it resonates the same way that when they have something to say, it resonates. It is important that we learn from this moment, and that people like me who have a different vision of the world don't feel like what is going on right now is like, oh, look at this emulation of. No, I look at everybody that is following as followers. Hello, Yada. I look at these people as, yeah, you follow the lead. It is time for us to be able to follow our lead and to be able to be treated as equals when they need us. They will say, yo, you guys as powerful as us. We need a change. Please come with us. We need CNN. We need our African CNN. News, all the news, like Africans believe that the news coming from CNN, they believe that that news way more than our own news. Because so a lot of us Africans who live outside of Africa, we believe what happens in Africa from the mouth of Western media. Western media works for the West. They don't work for the South. And All this is a vision. All this and I'm glad that I didn't come 2 days or 3 days ago, because I would not integrate this into the vision, the general vision. The moment that we can understand that, and that together we are not only stronger, but as a continent, we are as strong as Europe and as the US, as a continent. But for that, we have to stop fighting between streets, fighting between neighborhoods, fighting between cities, fighting between countries. And we have to understand that we have to start all reading the ideas of Pan-Africanism of Patrice Lumumba, Thomas Sankara, and all these heroes. Because if you look, our heroes are Beyonce, Jay-Z, Malcolm X. We got heroes too at home. Anyway, where was I? Where was I with your comments? I was here. Hey, Joanne, what is the song in the back? I keep hearing it every day. Is that I'm a Piano? Yes, it is. It's a song by me, but as a Diamantero. Let me put the link to the song in the comments. There you go. This is so early today. Indeed. It's better. Even for me, I don't come tired. And I don't know what to say, and all of a sudden, boom. I'm full of wisdom. Thank you. Onyx, I feel much better. Like, I want to have a conversation here, and I want to introduce you guys to Miss Onyx, because she's actually one of the reasons why I could speak about this in the way I spoke today. And I could include it into something else because of the understanding of the general history of how we came here. And not just blame our people, but understand the context of everything, so that you can, first of all, create your own answers, and then let it sink in and start thinking about, okay, we are here. Because when we are here, it's not, it's your fault. No, it's we are here, understand how we got here, and now understand how from here we can go to the next level. It is super important. What are some perspectives on how to come to a fair contract? You're gonna have to elaborate here. What kind of contract are we talking about? Business? African Americans are pushed aside in the American society and media. The American media use blacks as props in the news, just like horrors, just like the horrors we see in Africa. Completely agree. Sorry for the noise in the back. My wife is cooking. As an American, I can tell you that I've noticed the same thing, and you're right. Black do not control any major news media and are streamed worldwide, so they do not control the narrative. Blacks do not control the narrative in the media. The media has its own agenda too. That is super true. The media is actually turning this into a show, because this is the US. It's a show. The media is selling their own, and you have the right media and the the left media in the US. So CNN is pushing something, fear, and the right is pushing the war in our soul. Look at them, and yeah, you're here in the middle trying to create change, but this is on a this is an American conversation. And I understand that Onyx, you American, Matt, you American. So yeah, this is you guys' conversation. It's a conversation about how you guys are going to be able to create a systemic change. Create a systemic change so that exactly the blacks in America, and actually from a different reason, us is colonization. Black Americans, it's slavery, segregation, Jim Crow laws, etc., etc. And but we both arrive to the same conclusion, which is rioting is something. It's something that happens when people are tired, protesting, but control of the narrative. It's what makes the difference. This is why some communities are always shown in a certain way, even when they do something bad, because they control the media. So this is why a network like, and I don't know how successful it is, but the ideas of a Puff Daddy, a Diddy doing a network like Revolt is super important, because it's the beginning of something. But then after that, it's up to us to decide that we will now support our restaurants. We will not take a part of our money and go eat in African restaurants or in Black American restaurants. We will take some of our money, and instead of downloading music from our people, we will buy it. And like it comes to everybody to do their part, because you cannot just be alone out there saying I'm going to do a network and then nobody watches the network. But at the same time, you have to do quality content for people to come watch your quality content. And then you also have to infiltrate every strata of society, so that when you have to actionate something, everybody has the power to do it. Which come back to my frustration from 10 years ago, when I was there with the vision and nobody had the vision, and I didn't infiltrate enough to make my vision count. And this is what I do now. I have my vision and I use YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, etc., etc. The artists I work with, the people that I give doses of vision and intelligence and of my own vision, so that the day that I say, yo, let's build X, all the people who learned with me or from me, or who are alike that I met on the way, we can build something. Today in America, it is still an insult to call a Black American an African, because what we're told in the media. And yep, you guys are in the land of the free. We need our own media, not just the African versions of Western media house. I'm gonna tell you one thing about that. I believe that democracy was made by the Greeks for Europe. And I don't know why we're obsessed of becoming democracies in Africa, where it was not made for us. It was not made for our people. We were kings and queens, and we should have evolved in our own thing. But we want democracy because all the French ex-colonies have been ordered to mimic France. Belgium, same thing. German colony, same thing. South Africa, same thing. North Africa, same thing. And the people who dominate, the people who write the story, can say what is right and what is wrong. So if you're doing your thing your way, and then people say it is wrong, all of a sudden you go from savior to dictator. And if every time I turn the TV, I hear the dictator Kaysha, then everybody starts hating me. And this is why China controls its internet. There's no Twitter there, there's Baidu, there's no YouTube there, there's whatever the name is, there's no Instagram there, there's another thing, there's Chinese stuff, and there's the wall of information that, nah, not this. And you can feel how you feel about it, but they are free from the narrative and whatever people say. Listen, I don't know why people hate Kim Jong-un so much, because you guys don't know him. I mean, well, I'm not defending. I'm just saying that a lot of people, you can be like, oh, this guy is a horrible individual after you learned everything that he did. And you have a list of, like, you understand what I mean? But a lot of people, they just hate because they've been told to hate. Oh, this nana. Oh, they tried a missile. Oh my God, they launched a missile. Oh. Who threw an atomic bomb on people and actually killed millions of people are the good guys. The one who called themselves the good guys make $1.5 trillion every single year from selling weapons. The good guys. So war is actually a great thing for the good guys because they sell the weapons. We don't beat the weapon. Maybe there's one African country, maybe South Africa, I'm not sure. But the rest of the African countries, they don't build weapons. So how come they all have missiles, tanks, and all that shit? And they're all fighting each other so they can sell whatever they have to the West. How are you gonna have countries like France, who are the 5th or 6th more powerful country in the world, when there's nothing underground? All they have is ex-colonies. Why? Because they sell weapons. They sell weapons and they say, oh, we'll come protect you. Oh, by the way, we'll take this mine too. This is the way of the world. And the more you understand the way of the world, the more you understand that things are not so simple and things are not black and white. Things are actually very gray. And once you learn to navigate in the gray, life makes more sense. And I think it makes sense to me this way, because all the people who can only count to 10, they need things to be served to them black and white, because if not, it's too complicated for them. And I don't blame them. I used to, but I don't anymore. I like those black hearts. I mean, what is a good perspective to have a drafting business contract in the creative world? I think there's a lot of and it depends what we're talking about, but I really believe that a good contract is what you are when you want to sign a contract. First of all, you have to understand you have to be able to read it, and if you can't read it, you give it to somebody who can read it. Now, how fair is a contract really depends on what are your objectives. Is your objective to make money? Is your objective to have a collaboration on the long term? What are you willing to sacrifice to have this happen? If the goal is creating this, what are you willing to sacrifice so you can create the product? And sometimes you have to sacrifice the money part because you want to build a long-term relationship. And sometimes the people will use that to make you build the one thing, and then they never call you again. So you have to be able to navigate again. I believe the most important is understanding what you are talking about. And a lot of artists A lot of artists want to make this about art, and it is actually, as long as you are performing in your naked in your bathroom under the shower, it is not business. But the moment you are starting to sell and you want to sell a show, you want to sell some streams, you want to sell some records, you want to sell some products from your brand, shadaware.com, well, it becomes a business, and it is about the money. Because in the end, it is about the money. You will do the art, and once you do the art, you don't think about the money, but at a point you will have to think about it. And I think a lot of artists, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people come to this world and they want to only think about the art, and they're scared to think about the money. They're scared to stand for what they think they're worth. And you see a lot of artists, for example, who will accept to perform for nothing because they are looking for the recognition. And then they come after a point, and the same people don't want to pay them now because they used to not paying them. So you have to understand again what you are worth, and to understand what you are worth, you need to understand the landscape around you, and you need to know what you are talking about. When we talk about, I've seen so many artists who don't care. Like, I've seen so many artists that release albums without contracts. You have no idea how many. They don't want a contract. They just want to be there. They just want to have the song playing in the clubs so that they can become famous. Becoming famous is not a goal. Becoming famous is a byproduct of the good things that you have done. Your goal is to secure your business, create. If you do tomorrow a YouTube channel about food, your goal will be to be able to create the food, to cook the food, to film it in a way that makes people drool in front of their screens. And then somewhere down the line, either you are selling a cookbook, either you are monetizing your videos, or either you are selling services at home, or maybe you want to open a restaurant. The end goal is the business, the money, and execution is the key here. How do you execute to arrive to that goal? And for that, you have to first understand what you are talking about. The same way as when you and me were talking politics the other night, the fact that you know what you were talking about and was able to express those things to me in the right terms opened my mind, made me go from political Kaysha 250 to political Kaysha 300, because I understand what I'm talking about and I understand who I'm talking about. And a lot of people, they want to come to the contract and they don't understand what they're talking about. Sometimes you want to sign a contract because it's a contract, and because the fact of signing a contract for you is, oh my God, I signed a contract, I arrived. And maybe in the contract you are getting super fucked in the ass with scent. So you have to learn to read the contract, or have people around you that know how to read a contract. And I don't know if I replied to your question, but yeah. I agree that Africa is supposed to stay a kingdom. Well, listen, yeah. Our countries have been infiltrated for a long time. All the countries with kings and queens are still the best place to live, I guess. We would have to be there to know. I don't know. It's all I know is that democracy was not made for us, because it was not made by us. And each country has their different type of democracies, but these guys want us to have the democracies that look like theirs, and that's my problem here. Like, let us create something that works for us. In life, we say that you have to set principles to achieve your goals, but there comes times when you sink into nothingness and you no longer trust yourself. So my question is, what is the method of conduct to hold in order to no longer fail? That's a very, very good question. First of all, one day, I don't remember what was my problems, but I was full of problems. I was depressed and I didn't know what to do. I didn't trust in myself. I didn't trust in my music. I didn't trust in my process. And my mother came to me and told me, my son, if you have 10 problems, you concentrate on one and you ignore the rest until you fix the first one. Now you have 9 problems and your back is less heavy. And then you choose the next one and you concentrate on it and you fix it. Self-confidence, where does it come from? Where did it come from? You fix that. Trusting oneself is I trust myself because I learned to stop looking for public, especially public, and even families and friends' approval. A lot of people come to this world wanting to be approved by other people. They want to be accepted by other people. So they do everything for the acceptance, sometimes of people who will do everything for you to fail, or people who don't even like you, or people who will play with this, that even when they are impressed by what you do, they will keep downplaying whatever you do. And this kills your self-confidence. Learning to not care about the people who don't care about you is the first key. The second key after that is to fall in love with the process. A lot of people fall in love with the goal. This is a bottle of juice with juice inside. That is the goal. But building this is the process. Building the plastic to create this and turn it into a bottle is the classic. Taking the fruits and making the juice out of the fruit is the process. And then creating one product out of it is the process. Once you learn to love the process, all of a sudden you can build 1,000 bottles like that. And then from what you learn from building these bottles, you can build all kinds of bottles, juices, and other products. You can build soup, you can whatever's, because you are loving the process. And because you're so busy working on the process and not focusing on the goal, you're not busy asking yourself, is it gonna work? Because you are busy enjoying what you are doing. And before you know, you create a little empire. And the same people who used to hate, now they want to play with you. And your answer is no, motherfucker. Because I want to be around people who are like me. So then you have to be around people who understand you and people who are on the same level as you, or people who can uplift you. You have to understand that sometimes families and friends, or whoever you grew up with, or whoever you walk with, are the people who are responsible for you not trusting yourself. And it all comes to what I was saying. If you walk with people who can only count to 10, or worse, people who keep telling you that you cannot arrive to 10, then you will not trust yourself. You have to remove these people from your life, and you have to start working on yourself, and loving the process of whatever is your dream. And then you start working on that, and only that, and everything else doesn't matter. And then you apply, failure doesn't exist. Only the lessons exist. I told you about the failure of my second album, and this is actually the best thing that happened in my life, because that's how I learned the business of things, and not just, oh, I'm an artist, they love me, so they love everything I do. That's not true. You have to fail in order to learn something. It's like a kid when they try to walk for the first time. They fall, and they keep falling, and because they are learning to understand the balance. Once they understand the balance, then they start walking. When they start walking, you can see that they walk like this because they don't have the confidence yet. But it's the fact that every day they wake up and they want to walk, that one day you see them walking normally, and before you know, your kids are running in the house, and now you have to hide everything. This is something that you build. You can build that for yourself when you stop thinking and stop being scared to fail, because failure is a complete part of trying. The more you fail, the more you learn. And when you fail, never concentrate on the mockery of the people who say, told you she could not do it. Now, when you fail, you learn. Strange. I did everything that I could. It worked. But then every time I put the bottle like this, the juice keeps falling. Failure. And one day, hey, oh shit. Yeah. Or maybe you're going to first do this, and then every time you're going to do this, this will fall. That's when you're going to learn that you have to do this. But to arrive there, you have to try. And to try, you have to not be scared to fail. So the answer to your question is in the question. The method of conduct to hold in order to no longer fail. To no longer fail, you have to accept that you're going to fail. You have to accept that not everything you're going to do is going to work, but that every time you're going to do, you're going to learn something. And then the more you do, the less you will fail. And don't be scared to fall. Because listen, all the lessons are in the fall. The lessons are not in winning. Look, this is episode 24 of Club Shada. Do you see how it changed since I started? The flow, the things, the camera, the things. Why? Because there was some failure on the way. There were some things that I've been learning as I was doing it. But I don't make money from this today. I just create good content, and I create brand value from you guys to come back every time I'm here, because there's a value for you. And every time I come back to do it, and I come like today, I don't know what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna be like, okay, let me just come for half an hour, and then I end up being here for 2 hours, because this is the process. And when I become confident in what I'm doing here, because I'm not, but when I become confident in what I'm doing here, I will come here not thinking, oh, what am I gonna talk about today? I will just come and say, okay, let's go. Because sometimes I just like spend half an hour like, okay, what can I talk about? Whatever. And actually, it's a conversation. So you guys decide of the flow, right? And I really believe that the answer is here. Just trust the process. Love the process. Love yourself. Trust in yourself. And make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. Once accept that something is a mistake, don't be too proud, so that when you see, okay, I messed up here, next time you will not mess up in the same place, and you will mess up in the next place, but then you can come back the next time and not mess up in the first place, and maybe you will even avoid messing up in the third one, and you will mess up in the fourth. And then at a point, you will actually love more the fact of building stuff than winning. Listen, I could be busy doing my album, taking care of the place where I'm winning, which is the streams, the money, making money from my YouTube music videos, but I'm more excited to come here and do a live show, because this is a process, and I know there's a win somewhere here. Maybe in 5 years of doing this, it will not be 20 people in the chat at the same time, and 300 people in the end that came and went, and another 600 people by the end of the week. Maybe we will be 400 people watching and talking. Why? Because I trust in myself, and whatever I set to do, I love the process. Always doing. Oh yeah, but if you were on Instagram, you would have more people. Fuck that. The process of what I'm doing here is more important. I hope I answered your question. What up, MK? Dommage, je veux pas rester. Mes enfants, la journée sont des lions et la nuit des pichets, la jungle à la maison. C'est pour ça que maintenant je suis plus tôt, parce que je suis ma petite à la crèche. Anyway, thanks for advice. Nzambe apamulayo. Merci mingi. So listen, I hope you had a great time. I'm about to do a mix. I have to mix a song that I'm gonna release in a few. For those who didn't listen, I want you to listen to my brand new single. Where is it? It's coming. Links. This is my brand new single called Keep on Rising. It's my brand new single called Keep on Rising. I hope you like it. It's something that I really appreciate. I did it with Grim on the beat. It was really a nice song, and I will leave you guys with this song. I spent a great time with you, and I'm really happy that we could have this amazing conversation about vision and about why I felt away these last few days. I'm happy to have put it out of my chest, and I thank you for your listenership. As always, donation is in the link to donation is down below, and Super chats is always there for those who appreciate the value of this conversation. And I will be back with you guys Sunday at night, not in the daylight, at the daytime, because unless the wife leaves to her brother, who knows? Maybe then we will do Sunday, but a little later, maybe at maybe an hour from now. If I do Sunday early, I would be at 6 p.m. my time, so it's an hour from now, so you can calculate. If not, it's gonna be later. Anyway, put some likes, put some hearts in the comments, like my dear Queen Juju, like Klein, and super chats if you enjoyed this content. My name is Kaysha, Mr. Shada. This was Club Shada, and I leave you with the amazing song Keep on Rising. Enjoy. Bless.
Remember when you took me by the hand, baby, and when you told me everything was gonna be alright. And every time I look up to the sky and I know I can fly, fly, I owe it to you. Owe it to you. Keep on rising, keep on rising, never let go. Keep on rising, never let go. Keep on rising, never let go. Keep on rising, never let. It's a long road. It was never gonna be always funny. But as long as we got each other, somehow I know it's gonna be. Oh. And every time I look up in the sky and I know I can fly, I already know I'll wait to you. I'll wait to you. Keep on rising, never let go. 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 Keep on rising, never let you go. Keep on rising, never let go. Keep on rising, never let go. You gotta keep on rising.